Hey guys, what's going on? John here from What's Spinning. Here today to talk about the new Rat Boy album. Rat Boy, aka Jordan Cady, based out of England. He's been at it for a couple of years now, and he kind of caught my ear a couple of years ago. He started blending this very bratty, almost snobbish kind of hip-hop, and mixing it with a little jangly indie rock. And on paper, it sounds like something that is just so dated. Probably something that would have blossomed in the 90s. But Jordan's very carefree attitude and sunny atmospheres always sort of rubbed me the right way since his early EPs. These EPs were very sunny, very fun, and very sample heavy, but you know what? It wasn't a bad thing. Nothing ended up ever coming off cheesy. And 2017 Scum was sort of the culmination of all of these sounds. It's an album that I initially was very lukewarm on, and I didn't give that very good of a review to. But ever since, it's really grown on me. It's just a very fun, sunny indie rock album with some hip-hop and punk influences thrown in there. However, with 2018 Civil Disorder, I kind of got the feeling that Jordan was getting a little bit too serious. I did enjoy the heavier production at parts, but for me, Jordan didn't seem to be having fun anymore. And then recently, he's teamed up with Tim Armstrong, and he's been dropping these singles that I've been really iffy on. Like, I feel like Jordan's heart is in the right place a lot of times on this album, but we're going to chat about it. Album starts off with Chip on My Shoulder. This track has a genuinely punk sound to it, which is pretty crazy, but at the same time, he's sort of dabbled in it for years, even if his music often comes off very sunny. But no, on Chip on My Shoulder, Jordan comes off genuinely pissed off. And while I kind of feel like this usually wouldn't be what I look for from Jordan, this isn't a bad tune. He sounds like he has a legitimate reason to be pissed off with each verse. Yeah, instrumentally, this track's not that out of the box, and it's pretty straightforward, but it's a catchy tune. I like it. But spoiler alert, this album really isn't that good, sadly. Like, some of the later tracks like I Wanna Skate, on paper sound great. I love the ultra-aggressive verses on this track. But while Jordan's always come off as like this kind of snot-nosed punk, this track is so faceless. Here I just feel like Jordan's bringing to the table some fake aggression and like no real reason to be angry. Like, this is the anger equivalent of a rich kid walking into Zumiez and being pissed that he didn't have the shoes that he was looking for. Yeah, the instrumental is nice and heavy and upbeat, but that's literally all I can cling to here. However, I do have to say some of the later tracks on this album do bring back like the sort of mindless, genuine fun that Jordan's early work brought to the table so nicely. Take, for example, No Peace, No Justice. It's catchy, it's really memorable, and Tim Armstrong's guest verse here comes off sort of really great, actually. And while no, this isn't exactly the most uplifting of songs, Jordan just sounds so confident. And honestly, Flies might be the best track on the entire album. I mean, it's easily the most upbeat and genuinely punk track of the bunch. But here, it doesn't come off nearly as fake. I mean, Jordan here really embodies this sound. Not to mention, the chorus here is easily the biggest and most memorable of the bunch. It just has this no-rules, ride-or-die attitude that I really haven't heard from Jordan in a while. It's really refreshing. But oh boy, when this album is bad, which it is for like 80% of it, it's awful. This album very early gives us, My Name is Rat Boy. Please God, no. Jordan here goes for like this legitimately fake reggae tune. No, thank you. Now take that and bring in Jordan's usually very aggressive, in-your-face vocals. It comes off so ridiculously cheesy. Lyrically, Jordan probably threw this together in 30 seconds. Like, he's barely trying here. Like, if this is what he's doing with Tim Armstrong these days, I hope Tim stays away from him. We get this once again later on Night Creature, which is just another absolutely disgusting wreck of a track. Like, I don't know what's gotten into him, why he's going for these reggae tunes, but like, oh my god. He comes off criminally awkward. Like I said, I'm sure Tim Armstrong is behind this. No thank you. And while this track is like only 3 minutes, it feels like 30. This isn't like my nightmare of a track. It is just so half-baked, so obnoxious, just no thank you. Follow Your Heart, on the other hand, goes for a sort of sunny and almost ska vibe. Like, I don't know what's going on. And while I continue to say that he worked with Tim Armstrong on this album, like, now it's getting to the point of imitation. And to his credit, it's really not that bad of an imitation if that's what you're interested in. But this is just really bad. There's no passion here, none in sight. Like, here, he just comes off as some grimy slacker. Hey, if that's what he was going for, nailed it, buddy. honestly, Don't Hesitate isn't as cheesy, but there is still a lot of elements here that are just corny, and I'm just witnessing all my worst nightmares happen to Rat Boy right in front of my eyes. It's really sad. The instrumental's punchy and all, and at least he's giving up on reggae for the moment, which is good. But I feel like as this album goes on, Jordan is putting less and less effort in. Lyrically, I'd be truly stunned if he spent more than 5 minutes on this. Rat Boy's music just used to be so carefree and fun. This isn't that. And on So What, we see Jamie getting fired from his job. I don't care. This whole sort of anarchy, in your face, I'm not going to do what you say vibe to Jordan that he's been going for on this album, genuinely goofy. There's just no substance in sight. And yeah, some of his early recordings didn't have a lot of substance either, but at least I was having fun with that. Not to mention, Jordan on some of these tunes just comes off so unlikable. Dare I say, immature. He's just so much better than all of this. And honestly, I actually really want to like Crash Dad's Car. It's actually genuinely fun at times. And I do really think that a lot of this track plays off very well with Jordan's talents. Hey, it's catchy, the chorus is a blast, but honestly, it's a little too sunny for my liking. I feel like this is trying too hard to bring back a new wave of ska. And once again, some of these overly agitated verses, it's just goofy, man. And miraculously, we do get a couple of late album, very catchy tunes. Actually really dig the title track here, Internationally Unknown. Everything about this track just doesn't sound like it belongs on this album. It's carefree, it's very catchy. Hell, the production doesn't even sound like it belongs on this album. Even as far as Jordan's performance goes, here he sounds like he's so much more youthful. He sounds like he's having fun, and guess what? Because of that, I can have some fun. And honestly, this album's finale, Silverlake, really is not that bad at all. It's actually pretty good. Once again, this is one of the most true blue punk tunes here. Jordan sounds full of energy. He's just very aggressive here. But where was this all album? Where has this been? So overall, really just not feeling this new Rat Boy album. I was totally excited for it too, just because I have enjoyed his early EPs and his debut album, but this album is just going down a very dark path. He's going to start trying to do more reggae and ska, and he's going to try more and more to be this punk figure who honestly he's really not. I would much rather hear him go back to being this kind of carefree slacker than any of this. I'm feeling a decent 5 on this album. Let me know what you guys think down below, though. If you liked the video, be sure to like and subscribe. Let me know what you guys want me to chat about in the future. And until next time, have a good day, guys.